Hey everybody, it's Josh with FL Gardening, and it is the end of August 28th to be exact, and I'm filling these garden beds finally. Just want to do my monthly garden update, show you guys what I got going on, share it with you, hopefully it helps you out. I have been filling these beds with mostly compost and peat moss. That's a hugelkultur style bed. I've actually got a video coming out very soon. It'll be the next one after this one, where I break down how I built these, what I'm filling them with, and kind of just go into some more detail on that, kind of show you every step of the way. But major benefit here is we're way out of our Florida soil. Half of this is full of like yard debris, big logs, sticks, a bunch of stuff like that. And then the other half, or even 1/4 probably, is full of compost and peat moss. Each one of these has been taking 2 peat moss and 6 compost. But yeah, been spending some time watering this. Peat moss is a little difficult to get hydrated at first, especially in these large quantities. But like I said, I'll go into more detail on all this on the next video I'm gonna make. It'll be more specific to this style bed. Here's all the seedlings that I started though in the last video. Pepper plants that I've transplanted as well. I've been hardening these seedlings off for the past week or so. You can see the cucumbers are really struggling. These probably would have been better planted directly into the garden. They've definitely outgrown this pot. Don't think you can try to focus. It's not a very good example. Maybe the roots have died off now, but the roots were coming out of here, coming out of the bottom of these like crazy. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. They've way outgrown this pot. Should have been planted in the garden a while ago, so they are struggling quite a bit. Everything else looks pretty good. Cherokee purple tomatoes, looking pretty good. Black cherry tomatoes, also looking decent. Shishito peppers, wild Galapagos tomatoes. Can probably thin these ones out. You can't see, probably thin these ones out. Sorry, didn't have the camera on there. You can't see on some of these, the leaves look a little like palish yellow. Try to focus, there we go. You can definitely see it on the Everglades tomatoes too. I think that's from leaving them in the sun for too long too soon. Not gonna lie, there was one day where I kind of forgot that I set them in the sun. I was trying to ease them in, only leave them out there for maybe 2 hours. I accidentally forgot them out there for about 4. So that's what caused that, I think, but I think they're gonna be okay. Just gonna have to keep a good eye on them. I did just fertilize these things. Sorry, a bug just tried to attack me. I did just fertilize these things with a really weak fertilizer, about a 1/4 strength. It really focused on phosphorus, so really get the root system going. So I think these things are going to be just fine. These are the peppers I bought from Pepper Joe's. The Shirio Roxa, I think that's how you say it. It's a really beautiful pepper. Love the color of these leaves. On this one, you can see we got some little sprouts. Try to focus. There's some little buds. So this one I left in the seed starting shelf that's protected. This one I kind of put out in the garden. You can tell it's definitely enjoyed the more sun. It's grown some more leaves. The leaves are actually even a different color. This spot gets maybe 3 more hours of sun, then the spot that the tray or the shelf gets, that starts getting shaded maybe 5 o'clock or so. This gets sun pretty much all day. Yeah. I also did cut down some bananas. There were 5 banana trees in this little spot. I cut down 3 of them, and they actually went into these garden beds. I actually did separate some little banana pups. I posted a video about that. Looks like there's another one that sprouted up. That was the last video I posted, was about the banana pups. I'll actually show you those in a few minutes. Somebody that subscribes to the channel actually left a comment and taught me a little something about the bananas. I'll share with you guys. But here is the Florida cranberry. It's exploding. Looks like soon to be some little buds. But yeah, this thing is massive. It's loving it in this spot. Super easy to grow. I haven't really even watered it any extra than what Mother Nature's already done. A couple cuttings, some philodendrons. Planted another pineapple there from the one we just recently picked. That was the head of it. It's doing great. Bunch of old peppers on here. This is a Peruvian rainbow pepper, I believe. Really nice looking. Peppers come in purple and they turn red when they're ready to pick. I've definitely left plenty on there for way too long. So here are the 2 bananas that I transplanted, the 2 pups. And the comment that I got was the difference between these 2. You can see this one's got big old leaves, a really skinny stalk. This one's got a fatter stalk, but like no big leaves. So apparently this one is called a water sucker, and this one is called a sword. And the major difference is that they will both produce bananas, but the water sucker will take quite a bit longer to grow. Apparently this one will shoot up a lot quicker. It's going to grow a lot larger really fast. So this one will make bananas before this one. So yeah, that's the difference between the 2 bananas. Over here, got some grass growing in here. Pretty crazy. This is the ghost pepper that I pulled up from the old garden. Put it in some good soil and some nice mulch, and you can see the difference in the leaves. It's the old ones, these are the new ones, rich and green. It's looking pretty good. This one, on the other hand, not so much. This is Vietnamese Red Hot. Vietnamese Red. Pretty sure that it's dead. Didn't make it. But got a pot full of good dirt. I think I'm going to put maybe the mulberry in it. There's the mulberry tucked back there. It's hanging on. Not really thriving at all. But it is very large. The Jaboticaba, looking all right. No fruit on it yet. Here's the fig, also looking pretty good. Getting covered by the ginger, which is absolutely going crazy. Jasmine doing what it does, it's hanging out. Here's another Florida cranberry. Here's the Everglades tomato, still doing good. Tons of tomatoes on there. I actually already plucked probably 100 off or so. I've got seeds from a lot of them. So that's doing great. Make our way to the seed shelf here. Cuban oregano. Got 2 of those. One up there, one down there. That one, the one that we're looking at now, actually came from the old garden. I had that planted beneath a jalapeno. Ever since transplanting it in here, it's been exploding. It's doing really, really well. That soil really sucked in that garden. This is a ghost pepper. Looks a little sad. Hanging on though. Here's a Hawaiian pepper. The Hawaiian peppers are just so easy to take care of. Almost almost all of the cuttings I took are doing fantastic. Hawaiian pepper, chocolate habanero died. This one I wasn't sure what it was, but based on how well it's doing, it's a Hawaiian pepper. Oh, here's an example of a Hawaiian pepper actually that didn't take. I think this one I planted too soon. The root system wasn't as developed, but all the other ones have taken. It's a lemon tree, a couple of loquats back there I planted from seed, another lemon tree, and then the copper leaf. So those are all doing really well. Got the blueberry bush, also doing pretty good. Mexican petunias are going wild. The mango made a big explosion just recently. You can see it had just been growing single bunches. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Here, it finally branched off. So I know to keep this tree healthy, I'm going to have to trim a couple of these off and give it maybe 2 or 3 main stems from this point. But mango's doing great. The loquat is also doing fantastic. Put some new dirt in there, mulched it up. These started flowering. Hopefully we'll get some loquats this year. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've got going on in the garden. Been really, really busy building these beds and filling them. It's been a lot more work than I expected. But I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think the garden this year is going to be great. I've got a lot of my tomatoes and peppers going already. Pretty soon, in the next week or so, once all of these are full, I'm going to get some leafy greens going. Some kale, some collards, some black-seeded Simpson lettuce. Had really good luck with that. I'm going to try some freckles and bib lettuce. Probably throw some herbs in these guys. So yeah, the next month or so, I'm really excited to see how the garden starts turning out. Cool. Well, this is Josh with FL Gardening. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It'll really help the channel out. Also stay tuned. I will, like I mentioned earlier, have a detailed video on these beds, how I built them, the materials you'll need, how much it costs, step-by-step cuts, things like that. It's going to be the next video I post, so look out for that. And if you are in Florida and are new to gardening, please check my website at flgardening.com. I've got a lot of resources there built specifically for Florida gardeners, and I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a good day.